ever after only exists in fairy tales. Yet a talking teddy bear is about to marry his girlfriend.
What's up, guys? So Ted 2 is Seth MacFarlane's third feature-length film, the first being the original Ted, the second being A Million Ways to Die in the West, and now Ted 2, which does star Seth MacFarlane as Ted. You got Mark Wahlberg as his Thunder Buddy, John Bennett. Amanda Seyfried is now in the film. Morgan Freeman is in the film. Mila Kunis is not in the film. She was written out of the film. Why? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just because that's the way they wanted to take the story, or maybe there was just a dispute. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I don't know, but Mila Kunis is not in this film. So what the plot to this film basically is, summing it up, is Ted wants to have a baby with his wife, Tammy Lynn. So obviously he can't have a kid because he's a teddy bear, so they go try to adopt. And it turns out that Ted, they don't see him as an actual person, and he pretty much doesn't have rights because he's seen as property and not a human being or a person, So pretty much what the film is Ted's journey to get his civil rights. And that does sound kind of serious, but don't get me wrong, this movie, it does take itself seriously at some points. And those points are mainly towards the end of the film, like the last third act of the film. It really gets more serious. Now, sure, there are jokes and there's funny stuff that happens, but the third act out of the first, out of the whole entire film, the end of the film is the most serious of the whole entire thing. But the first and second act is absolutely hilarious. I was dying laughing watching this film, and I think I actually laughed more watching this than I did watching the first Ted. There are some things that happen in this film. There's cameos by people that I was not expecting, and it was hilarious. There's one sequence in particular in this film. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but it's a reference to a classic film that's come out, and that's all I'm going to say. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen this movie. It's this big scene, and there's the score from that film starts to play, and it's really a hilarious scene, and it was probably my favorite scene of the film, but without spoiling it, that's pretty much all I could tell you guys. This really is a good comedy sequel, in my opinion. Now, honestly, I might have even liked this better than the first Ted. I mean, maybe they're about the same to me. I don't know. I really enjoyed both of them, though. Like, these are two really good movies. Like, the first one, I really enjoyed. I wasn't laughing as much during the first one. It was funny, but this is a funnier film, in my opinion. But, the first one had more of a straightforward story. This one, it's, from Ted getting married to Ted having problems with his wife, to wanting to have a baby, to getting his civil rights, to a road trip film. There's just so many things that are going on in this movie, but in my opinion, they work. Just the way that the story is, it flows. I think it has a nice flow to it. And I don't think any parts really slowed down. I thought it had a nice rhythm to it, which was good. And the performances, Mark Wahlberg is fantastic, and he works fantastic aside from Seth MacFarlane as Ted. I think that they have great chemistry together. Amanda Seyfried's character, I actually like her character a lot more than Mila Kunis' character. Amanda Seyfried, she plays the sort of lawyer that Ted and Mark Wahlberg go to, on their case to get Ted's civil rights. And, the chemistry that those three have together was really good. And they really worked well off of each other. And there's a lot of funny things involving these three, especially. If you're a fan of the first Ted, I think you'll like this movie. And if you're a fan of Family Guy or Seth MacFarlane, I think you could enjoy this film as well, because all of that sort of humor is loaded into this film. And I dug it. I thought it was good. So overall, my rating for Ted 2 is 4 out of 5 stars. And honestly, that's probably the same rating I give the first film. I mean, I pretty much like them equally, but if I was to choose which one I like more, it would probably be Ted 2. Just because I think it's a little funnier. But guys, do you plan on seeing Ted 2? Comment your thoughts in the comment section and let me know what you think about it if you did see it. And also subscribe to this channel for Blu-ray unboxings coming up in the future for Ex Machina. It Follows. Cinderella's coming out in September. Furious 7, I think, is coming out the same day as Cinderella on Blu-ray. Aladdin Diamond Edition. And movie reviews coming up in the future for like Terminator Genesis. You got Minions coming out. You got Fantastic Four, Ant-Man. All these movies coming out. Also, follow me on my Facebook review page. I'll put the link in the description of this video, and also follow me on Twitter. The link is also in the description, and I'll update you guys on whenever a video is coming up or if anything is going on. I'll let you guys know. So yeah, guys, once again, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you subscribe. Over and out.
Guilty.
Speculation.
Hearsay.
Bailiff.
Briefcase.
Disregard.
In my chamber.
Stop beaver on the witness.
Arrest.
We could totally be lawyers.
Bang.